Hello and welcome people
Welcome
back to
back
more
to
of...
Gamera 2000. This game is awesome. I am your host, Dreamsword, aka Stanley, and with me are my two goons, Nico and Ryo. Say hello.
Wow, you're a riot. And creative.
I know, right?
Kill
Aren't you
yourself.
YouTube's Tosuke too?
Nah, that's Flamesron, aka YouTube Sasuke.
I remember that being a thing.
Gamera is now circling over San Francisco Bay. We are going to set down in Sausalito.
Yeah, so
What?
this mission, San Solino, I don't know.
Talk to Gamera!
Why wouldn't you?
Gamera is
And then he
awesome.
just flies off. But he hasn't really flown off because he's still right there.
Hey, I
And
guess
again.
Gamera says something over there.
I think Gamera's just
Let's check it
circling
out.
the globe constantly to taunt you.
He can do that, probably.
Lisa, I want you to ride the bike.
Gamera can also travel in time, apparently.
Why is the main character so intense?
He's amazing.
I
This is
know, right?
American.
Yes.
He's like, I'm going to do my laundry, and then like action music starts playing and explosions are everywhere.
No, heroic music swells.
New report, Jack. The databases recovered in the rubble in Tokyo and Hawaii have been discovered to have used extraordinarily outdated language.
Okay.
Now, this is interesting. Among the little data remaining, they say they found codes similar to the ones written on the inscription found 5 years ago.
Okay.
Which means what?
Jack, you and Dr. Mukanoki, bring back Gao's DNA.
Weren't you black before?
And didn't you not wear glasses? What the hell, man? I thought we had an understanding here.
Look, we gotta get DNA.
How many times you can analyze the fucking bike?
I was thinking the thing on the side was another thing, but anyway, this is probably one of my least favorite levels in the entire game. And one other thing, this is an exact copy of the second level in Panzer Dragoon's Fate. Exact copy.
Awesome.
Is plagiarism?
Well,
is-
again, if you're gonna rip something off, you might as well rip off something good, right?
Yeah, this level doesn't really control all that well, simply
I
because they take away your ability to move upwards. However, thankfully, you don't really need to physically try to avoid anything that's moving, like, you know, the trees.
You can just
You
go
just-
right through them.
Exactly. However, you know, enemies are going to throw shit at you, and eventually they will start making barriers and stuff like that you sadly cannot jump over.
Alright, I call foul on this hover bike. Fucking, you just passed over a river. Hover technology does not work over water.
Unless
It
you've
does.
got power, which he does. There's an engine
Also-
on this bike, man.
Whatever.
Another problem with this level is that, as you see, my fire range is slightly smaller.
Yeah.
That is because you only get one. You only have one gun, unlike your space carrier, which has two guns, which automatically makes your range significantly smaller.
These
Like,
are some of the most primitive enemy ships I've seen. They just throw boomerangs at you.
Well, they're ancient.
Claudia Boomerang.
Yeah. Okay, that's our plug for this Let's Play. Go watch Inferno Cop. Incredible.
Yes, Inferno Cop is the most amazing thing.
So
These enemies are also straight copies from some enemy from Panzer Dragoon. I just don't remember which one, but I know it's a copy from Panzer Dragoon because this entire level is.
What's your question, Ryan?
Why hasn't Gamera just buzzsawed straight through the forest and through these enemies?
Well,
That's
because he
my
wants to
question too.
Because he wants to preserve the Earth.
It's
That's
a
my
forest
question,
which is
too.
being destroyed anyway.
In this
Well,
entire
he doesn't
level,
want to add more to it.
you don't get to use Gamera. He just flies over here, and I was even trying to make him do his Gamera attack, but he wouldn't. Lazy ass.
Seriously, think about it. His inaction is causing more damage.
Preserve the environment, kids.
He's not preserving anything. There's a laser fight.
Preserve the environment.
And this is a copy of the third level in Panzer Dragoon's Fate.
I was about to say that actually.
Wow, they're not
Yeah,
mixed
the
up
color
with that.
palette, the corridors, the way you fight the enemies who constantly appear from behind you. Granted, in Panzer Dragoon you didn't have radioactive dogs who shoot rosaries, I guess.
Bad fireballs.
But those guys were there.
Dude, shooting rosaries at somebody's fucking hardcore.
So
Yeah,
were
it's
they
like
ever
freaking
sued?
Okami.
Right.
Something else I kind of wanted to point out that I was wrong about before. Actually, a couple things. There was someone who actually did this game on normal mode before, but he never finished it.
He
He
gave
did-
up at the last level.
No, he did actually do the hardest boss, but he didn't do the final level, which is really weird. And another thing that's kind of weird, that I was wrong about, is I said that the soundtrack in this is different than the soundtrack from the OST. I am wrong on that too, but that's only because you never truly hear the entire soundtrack when you're playing the game, because there's so much shooting going on.
Yeah.
And small things like the vocals just kind of go over your head.
Right.
But yeah, the version on the OST is exactly the same, but you don't hear the wonderful English in it.
At least we know they didn't screw up.
Yeah, it's not Tales of Eternia OST.
Or Tales of Destiny. Indeed.
In
Hey,
fact,
Shasta, oh, that's the boss.
in fact, actually, I actually ripped the soundtrack off of the disc itself to check everything, and it has like the soundtrack on the disc itself has sections in it that you will never hear in the game.
Because of the way they cut it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like every song has an ending that you just never hear. And this I actually, the death of this boss I timed correctly, because if I killed him here, when he was still just standing around and whatnot, he would do through his entire animation when already dead, like go up the mountain, go down the mountain, explode.
No, that's perseverance.
I know, right?
And I would also have to go through a much longer corridor to get to the next section. This place was also in Panzer Dragoon's Fate.
Spooky. Oh shit!
These guys were also in Panzer Dragoon's Fate.
Like, I could get why Gamera didn't want to come to the forest, but what about this place?
And this background is also exactly the same as in Panzer Dragoon's Fate. And the
They
same
basically just
level.
went to Sega and were like, hey, yeah, can we just kind of like have Svei and turn it into Gamera? That'd be great.
I'm surprised Sonic has not made yet made an appearance here.
I know, right? Or Ulala.
Yes, Ulala would be great. This
Hello.
music is amazing.
I like how the monster started off with a fourth of a health bar, and now it has a full.
Oh, it hatched.
I know, right? That
Yeah.
said, fucking newborns are evil in this world, man.
Yeah. He's a
Oh, it's
freaking
only a giant
behemoth.
monster.
But yeah,
Already
shooting
knows how
down
to
those things is actually much harder than it looks. Simply because you have to aim for the exact center of them in order to actually hit them. And the point the point of your crosshairs is like where they actually point is pretty arbitrary in the 3D space. But even if you do get hit, it's not too terrible because you will never get hit by everything. Like in that whole thing, you most likely only get hit by two of those things, like in the gigantic assault.
how considerate.
Yeah, you have
Balls at you and everything.
yeah, you have invincibility frames, but your ship does not blink, so it's kind of hard to guess when they happen.
Yeah. That said, I do like how you're just staying in one spot and the monster's doing all the movement.
Oh yeah,
Figure
he
you'd
does.
try to like dodge or something, but nah.
He does get that idea for one point. Yeah, all of the bosses have a pattern, but this game does it actually pretty well because the pattern is very long and elaborate. Kind of like that one boss in Meat Boy.
Right. Shoot his shins.
Sheens.
And
Thankfully,
then he
he's
dies.
already done.
That's awesome. He just kind of falls over.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, Dr. Mukunaki was... I think she was actually the person shooting.
I thought she was the one driving.
Wait for me.
Just,
I'm ready.
yeah,
Oh
see?
no, she was
she's...
shooting.
Let's go.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She would be better if she had two guns, like our space carrier. This is so realistic.
This acting,
Yes.
man.
This acting.
Immersion.
That still picture over there.
Oh my god, that CG, that's really blatantly clashing.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Hey, look,
Well, let's
giant
just take a
holes.
break.
Gamera's like, oh yeah, I'm in this game.
But honestly, if the CG was any better, it would be worse.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
That
What's the
serves
point?
no purpose.
And you
Talk
can't
to
do
your-
it forever either.
I'm dancing in the data.
You're dancing in the
You
data?
stay here and wait for a call from
Yeah,
the
she's
source.
pretty hardcore.
Dude.
Roger.
What I also found really funny,
Be careful.
her Japanese voice actors has a completely different voice. Even though this person who voices her here is clearly also Japanese. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Lisa, I received the data. I'll send it back as soon as I've figured out what's in there, okay?
This is some top tier voice acting.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Jack, you and Dr. Mukonoki, bring back Gao's DNA.
Is that all you can say?
Yes.
It's pretty much stop staring at this computer. There isn't anything interesting going on here anymore.
Wow. Inferno Cop's actually in the related. That's awesome.